Alright, turn 31, Ulm. Got some throne claiming. We are doing some more reanimation, so with the gems that we have left, trying to get some more undead to replace the ones that we failed with. Macone, just cleaning up those barbarians. Really, yeah, this is probably worth watching actually. This is their pretender, kind of similar to mine actually, in the sense that, like, it's a monster. So like it's kind of good at expansion and not necessarily great outside of it. Wow, a lot of attacks. I mean, I guess it is a Cerberus, so yeah. Pretty good stat line. Like this, definitely a scary monster. Not a lot of protection, but he does have earth magic, so I can buff that. He can wear three crowns, only crowns or laurels. He can't wear helmets. So yeah, some of the items that different chassis can use are very interesting. So he's got 3 heads. You can have 3 crowns. So yeah, that's and he's got a bunch of the hoplites. We've seen them before. The giant hoplites, and then also just like the regular hoplites, who are okay. They have really good protection, but they're slaves, so pretty low morale unless you got taskmasters, which looks he does. Wow. So yeah, there's a really bad morale. Period. So yeah, and then a few peltasts. We've seen that before. But yeah, basically, I guess looks like probably. Yeah, the javelins are really good, and really any kind of like range stuff is good against the barbarians. But yeah, they're no match for these Gigante hoplites. Barbarians oftentimes can injure and kill sacreds because they're pretty high damage, these mauls. But yeah, not enough for these guys. So yeah, wouldn't want to have to fight that. Let's see here. So yeah, just more raiding. Or no, actually, well, yeah. This is our fortress. But yeah, we just have a tiny bit of province defense. So we did not choose to patrol. This is interesting. This is Sarcophallus God, and it chose to attack, and it's just a fountain. Kind of similar to the monolith, but yeah, and it doesn't have any earth magic, so it's not going to be able to raise its protection as high. It does have astral, so it should be able to do body ethereal. You see that a lot. It's a really good buff. Kind of pretty standard. So yeah, I mean, these giants don't have magic weapons. And quickened itself, which I don't know if that matters for spellcasting, so it's kind of an interesting choice. Yep, liquid body. It's harder to kill. And Starfire's, it's it's an evocation and trying to frighten. I don't know if these giants are going to be able to kill this. Hand of Death, don't see that too much. It's, another point blank one, so kind of rare. But yeah, I mean, it's killing giants like one a pop, so that's decent. So yeah, they're starting to chip it down. This has a lot less health than the monolith. And the giants too are going to be a lot better, just because they have really high damage and strength. So yeah, that explains what happened to that fountain, I think. Maybe not. It's still, got an unlucky hit. Yeah, I think just a couple more lucky hits. Oh yeah, and then once this guy gets up, forget it, because he's got the magic weapon. So yep, doesn't. Whoa. Dang, did he just go down? Hang on, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, I don't get to see these type of pretenders fight too often, so it's kind of interesting to see. Even though this is definitely like a move of desperation. Yeah, wow, I guess it's just that Hand of Death deals a ton of damage. I'm not familiar with that spell. So yeah, he starts to regenerate it back up, but yeah, he's down to 36, so it's probably just going to be another Hand of Death, I'm guessing. Yep. Okay, yeah, wow. So yeah, not as much of a foregone conclusion as I first thought, but yeah, it's routed. I don't think it's going to cast any spells once it's routed. Oh wait, yeah, no, it does. Interesting. But yeah, they just need to get just a little more damage on it, which they're struggling. Yeah, there they go. But yeah, wow, that was actually closer than I thought. I guess a lot of that was province defense that he lost, so not such a big deal. But yeah, it definitely hurts to lose this guy. But yeah, I mean, obviously losing your god, well, yeah, I mean, I've been through that. That sucks. But yeah, Sarcophallus is on the ropes. In fact, yep, there you go. That was a vanquish. Yep, taking out the barbarians, boar warriors. So barbarians, no match for a bunch of boar warriors. Another battle in Femoria. This is probably another assault, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. So kind of similar to before, but yeah, a lot more mage support this time. Pretty similar to that last battle that we saw. Again with the line of sacreds. I don't love that, but yeah, there's just not enough in here. So yeah, I don't think we need to watch this. Yeah, so you know, almost no casualties, and yeah, I think that's all she wrote. Yep, for Femoria as well. So yeah, double elimination there. And both of those were neighbors of ours. Well, okay, Femoria, not quite, but still pretty close by. That means Macone is going to be less busy than they were before. And now we have a nap with them, so hopefully she should be fine. Got some unexpected events, just some complaining, so that's cool. Unrest. Hey, got some gold, that's good. More unrest. And yeah, it sounds like basically we got Robin Hood, so we gotta go kill him. Got some air gems, that's cool. And then yep, so the Throne of Misfortune and the Throne of Fortune are like still battling each other. What was that? Oh yeah, that was okay. And then oh yeah, in fact, like they're yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure. Like, do they always happen at the same time? Does it sometimes go more fortune, sometimes more misfortune? Yeah, I don't know. It's dominions. So yeah, we're under siege still, which is fine. Yeah, like they're not dealing much damage to the walls because again, you know, their army is not that large, and we have quite a few guys in here to hold the walls up, so you know we can kind of hang out like this for a good long while. Now he could choose to like go raid out, which would be, you know, which would suck for us, but that's a little dangerous because then, you know, he leaves troops behind. You know, I could break the siege if he splits up, you know, and maybe catches guys piecemeal. So it's another reason that like having a fort is just really advantageous. You know, because it just gives you a safe base to operate from that the enemy kind of really needs to like take and eliminate before they can move on and mess with your other stuff to an extent. So yeah, we're fine hiding in the fort for a little bit, as you know, we just gather more forces, finally starting to build up a decent number of our capital only mages, you know, who bring a lot of nature magic to the table. I haven't really been using any nature magic yet. The shamans do provide like some limited nature magic. You actually only need nature 1 for swarm, so the shamans would be enough, but these guys can cast more swarm and like a few other useful nature spells. Getting some more undead, hopefully not just gonna squander them this time, so we'll see. Yeah, finally built a lab over here and starting to recruit warrior smiths, so yeah, and then probably just now recruiting antlered shamans in the capital. And yeah, warrior smiths you don't need a temple for, so that's kind of, you know, what's governing my choice probably here. It's basically just cheaper to get these guys, and you know, they're useful. So yeah, I usually like to get a mix, but for now probably just those guys and some antlered shamans. And then yeah, just more warrior maidens, because yeah, before we can even think about that monolith, we got to deal with this situation. So yeah, more warrior maidens over here too. So yeah, kind of doing a little bit of scouting. Yeah, this is Irmor's capital. So yeah, it looks like Abyssia is, taking them out. And then it looks like Machaka's not doing so well either. Yeah, that's Machaka's capital. So yeah, then it's Helheim that's sieging them. So yeah, I would say, yeah, Machaka's in a lot of trouble. So yeah, more wars like starting to wind down. Like this is really bad that, still trying to finish our first war. But so far so good. We've gotten really lucky that other people are busy with other things and just haven't really bothered with us maybe. Yeah, this is on our border. That's kind of a little freaky. Yeah, hopefully they go elsewhere. So yeah, that was turn 31. All right, Ulm turn 32. So yeah, some more throne claiming. I thought they'd already claimed this. Maybe they lost it. Oh, you know what? I think the barbarians might hit that province, so they had to reclaim it. If you lose a throne province, you have to reclaim it. Yep, didn't find magic sites. So yeah, so there's a battle in the Merc, so it looks like this is probably us trying to kick them off our fort. And yeah, so we brought a lot of stuff, and yeah, this is his army. I mean, this is a lot of his sacreds. So he's probably reinforced it, I think, since we saw it last. Still hasn't brought a ton of casters. It's kind of the same amount of casters roughly. I think this guy is new. Yeah, this guy's new. So yeah, he's a better astral mage, and he also has some nature. He's got some astral pearls with him, so he's probably going to be casting something big. But yeah, it's going to be tough for him to get body ethereal on all of these guys because they're really spread out, and he still only has these 6 casters, so that's good news. Even though he has more sacreds, it's not going to be quite a linear power increase. And then yeah, so we have brought a lot of warrior maidens, and we're boxing them up around a caster, and they're probably all just earth casters. Yeah, and so they're probably just going to be dropping like Legions of Steel, Strength of Giants, which is like really standard for Ulm, and really honestly anybody that has access to like decent earth magic. Not sure why these ones are separate. Maybe just coming in from a different province reinforcing. We also have this guy. He's probably going to be summoning some air elementals, the little guys. And then this guy, maybe some more air elementals. And then we brought our god, who maybe will go into combat, or maybe we'll just drop some earth buffs as well. And then we have a bunch of axe warriors, just in skirmish formation. So yeah, they probably just throw axes. Oh yeah, and then we have a bunch of shamans up front. And yeah, so these guys, not sure what the earth gem is for. Maybe for earth power, to give them some reinvigoration. But they have a bunch of nature gems each, and that's definitely for swarm. And then yeah, I'm not sure what these guys are going to be casting. I think I might have gotten Panic or Sleep Cloud. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But they're pretty far forward. This is a little risky. But yeah, I mean, the kind of armies that our opponent has been bringing, he hasn't been bringing any missiles at all. So we're kind of guaranteed that we don't need to worry about these guys catching like some random arrow or projectile. And he's been doing some mind burn and stuff, but at the end of the day, like, mind burn can kind of get you anywhere. It probably preferentially targets guys that are farther forward, because it is affected by precision, but it's worth the trade-off, because this way our bugs, some of whom fly, but most of them just crawl really slowly, they're going to be as far forward as possible, because we want them to get tied up with the bugs, and we don't want our warrior maidens to like rush forward ahead of the bugs, you know, and the bugs just trail behind and don't really matter, right? And then all the maidens die, and the battle's over before the bugs even show up. So yeah, so it's a little risky having them forward like this, but yeah, hopefully it'll work out. Let's see. See, I'm kind of curious. What did this guy cast? Okay, Power of the Spheres. So that takes a magic gem, but it makes him one more powerful in all of his magic paths. So yeah, now he's Nature 2, Astral 3, and he still has more pearls. So he's probably going to be doing more stuff. And then yeah, these guys are just doing like this now standard, like, you know, body ethereal, which is, yeah. And then yeah, we got bugs, like just bugs. Lots of bugs. You're going to be seeing more bugs. Strength of Giants, you know, coming down, so we're just buffing our boxes. These guys are dropping Iron Skin on themselves. So yeah, that just increases their protection by a lot, and you know, that's really useful just because, yeah, we don't want to lose these guys. These are the cap only casters. So you know, want to try to protect them. Like, yeah, okay, there's no arrows, but you know, you never know, like, you know, what's going to be coming. Better safe than sorry. So yeah, that was the bugs. The flying bugs came down and they didn't do a lot. They got erased. But a few of them are still alive, going after some casters. And it does keep them busy, right? Like sometimes, like, the casters will, you know, change up what they're casting, or even be forced into melee to fight the bugs instead of, like, maybe say, you know, dropping some more body ethereal. So yeah, and then here is a small air elemental that is, you know, getting destroyed. Yeah, where's this guy? No, he hasn't used any more gems. So let's see if Light of the Northern Star. Okay, I think that just that buffs up all astral mages on the battlefield, including enemy astral mages. But you know, he doesn't have to worry about that, right? Because he probably knows that Ulm doesn't have any astral access, so you know, he can do that without worrying. So yeah, now all these guys are astral 2, which is really good, because I think you need astral 2 to do mind burn. So now all these guys can cast mind burn, which sucks for me. They are really fatigued out from buffing up everybody, so you know, they'll probably fall asleep a lot, so they'll be casting it kind of slowly. But yeah, still, that sucks. Yeah, my bugs are mindless. That's too bad. Because yeah, I don't think mindless units can't be targeted by mind burn. Would have been nice if he had wasted on my bugs. So yeah, we're just sending everybody in. You can see the bugs are pretty slow, even though they're up in front. Some of them are faster. There's some of the mind burns coming down on our axe warriors. But yeah, even though they're in front, you know, and the maidens are decently fast. So okay, yeah, we're dropping some. I think, yeah, these are these guys. Dropping some sleep cloud. I don't know where. I mean, they're just preparing to cast it. Throwing some axes. Yeah, there it is. That stuff is Sleep Cloud. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of an underrated spell. I don't know, maybe not. I feel like I don't see it a ton, but I really like it. Yeah, so this guy's asleep. I think it's a magic resistance check. So, I mean, their magic resistance is decent, but, you know, yeah, some of them fell asleep. And then, you know, it sticks around for a little bit. So anybody that goes through the cloud, you know, has to pass that check. Yeah, so that guy's asleep. That guy's asleep. Now they wake up when they take damage. But, you know, it just, like, right, this guy, he's not going to take damage in all likelihood, so he's just going to hang out here and not really participate in the fight. So, yeah, our god got out in front, which is a little freaky, because we've seen how that can go, but at least it does have, like, regeneration on him, like now, so fairly safe. Yeah, we're in friendly dominion, so, yeah, we're getting some protection from our bless, so yeah, it might be fine. Maybe finally pay off. So anyway, yeah, a lot of these guys are asleep. These guys are probably still just casting mind burn, I think. Yep, that's more bugs. Lots more bugs. So yeah, a lot of these guys are asleep, and we're hitting ourselves with our evocations. That's pretty normal, but yeah, see some bugs in here now, keeping them busy. I think our god is actually getting some kills, finally. But yeah, and these maidens have actually been buffed up now. So yeah, so they're getting extra strength and extra armor. And so yeah, even though these guys are, you know, body ethereal, a lot of them, pretty good. I'm pretty sure we, yeah, earth melted ourselves, mostly. You know, we got one of them, but yeah, you know, I don't know. It happens. Yeah, some of our elementals coming in. This is looking really good. We outnumber them by a lot, so I think even though like they're really quality, we were able to break them up, and just we outnumber them by a lot, even without just all the bugs. And we got all the bugs. And yeah, I mean, he's got some casters, but not too many. We definitely brought a lot more casters. So yeah, this one, you know, as long as the monolith isn't involved and there's no more archers, right? So, you know, yeah, I guess that's why we win. So yeah, that's a pretty convincing win. You know, 33 steel maidens, like that hurts, you know, that's not nothing. But, you know, I mean, we have 127 now and like 73 axe warriors, so that's really just a portion of our army. This army is ready to continue moving forward. It's doing just fine. And we basically completely wiped out his force. A lot of his mages got away. But we did get the Guru, which is his best mage. So yeah, that's a really good win. I like to see that. I mean, I definitely had to commit quite a bit more than he did, which again hurts for like research. But yeah, I don't know. It feels worth it. So yeah, we were attacked by Abyssia, it looks like, which is one of those provinces that we didn't really control. And I'm pretty sure Abyssia and I technically had a nap, and I think we talk about that, and it's just a mistake on his part. He said he just like mistook the flag, so you know, shit happens. But yeah, hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we won't be at war with him. Although he's kind of far away, so it'd be a weird war for him to prosecute. But I mean, yeah, it looks like he took Irmor's capital. So yeah, it kind of spoils that. But yeah, let's just check real quick if this is an interesting battle. Not really. These I think are mercenaries, and that's a smart move. I would say, like, sending in mercenaries first for fort assaults. You know, let them take the casualties. Because yeah, the Irmor's cavalry does have a nasty charge. And yeah, so they're retreating. They didn't like that. But it doesn't matter, because yeah, we've seen these burning ones and how they stack up against, at least, you know, they're not in a cave. You can see when they're not in a cave, they actually have like respectable stats. They're unblessed, which hurts. I guess he wasn't even able to muster a priest. I don't even really see a commander. I think, yeah, there's one on the walls, so I guess he counts. But yeah, I mean, this is just dregs for Irmor. So yeah. And I guess Irmor, that wasn't their last province, so they weren't eliminated, but yeah, I mean, that was their capital that they just lost, so yeah, I can't imagine that's going very well. And then we took province. There was literally no province defense in it, so they get this message. And then, yeah, unexpected event. Okay, so yeah. This is, you probably, like, if you had a nature mage and you move them into this province, sometimes there's like events that'll happen that you can like trigger and kind of interact with based on your actions that you take. I don't know if I bother with this. Sometimes it's kind of opaque to figure out like exactly what you have to do, and you end up kind of wasting time, and it's not always worth it. So it's kind of more of a thing, if things are going well and you're not particularly busy, then you kind of play around with it. But you know, yeah, we don't have a ton of mages to spare, but you never know, sometimes it's really useful, so might try to go after it. Yeah, false pretenders. Yeah, you know, people don't believe in my giant boar. And then barbarians, because yeah, of course, barbarians. Yeah, and I think, oh no, that's a different province. So yeah, you know, barbarians, always barbarians. misfortune. So bringing up the undead that we summoned, and yeah, a ton of our mages. So yeah, and we have great sword of sharpness going on. Yeah, a couple of, well, one anyway. And this guy that's kind of decked out. So yeah, it definitely looks like we're getting ready to finally, well, we've gone after the capital a couple times, but we're gonna have another crack at it pretty soon here, I think. Definitely having wiped out this army, that's really good. It doesn't really look like he has much in reserve anymore. You know, he's got 70 units, but it looks like it's probably just monkeys, just a few sacreds. So yeah, hopefully we can close this out, especially because, yeah, I mean, you know, Abyssia is maybe we're going to be tangling with. And then, yeah, the Femoria, it looks like they're done. And then, yeah, I mean, who knows what Mavernia is doing. And yeah, it looks like Arco is done, right? So, I mean, we have a lot of neighbors who are probably thinking about what their next war is going to be. And we don't want it to be us, at least until we finish this. So, you know, kind of just the same story that, you know, I've been spinning for, like, what, the last 20 turns. So, yeah, fingers crossed. This was turn 32. All right, Ulm, turn 33. So, yeah, more profits coming out. There's another battle. This is probably just raiding. Yeah, we used our undead to just grab one of his provinces. Some unexpected events. We got an earth gnome, maybe, or something. Yeah, I don't know. This could be one that needs... yeah, they want a temple in this random province. Which, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably not, guys. You usually don't want unprotected temples. We got attacked by the earth gnome, so we didn't get him. He attacked us. But yeah, earth gnomes they're not like super scary. I don't know. So yeah, we had to start minimal province defense, killed it. We lost one of our scouts on Obar. So it looks like Mavernia is like patrolling this. And you know that, I mean, you never want to lose scouts, but especially too, like when they get patrolled out, you know, now he knows that like I kind of am scouting his territory, which is normal. Like, you know, you catch a lot of scouts. Well, I haven't been catching any scouts because I haven't been patrolling because I'm not doing so hot. But yeah, I mean, catching scouts is just part of Dominion. Everybody's scouting everybody, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, you know, anytime you lose a scout, it's, you know, kind of a hello, and not necessarily a friendly hello. So yeah, yeah, so we did a little patrolling. There you go, right here. I'm not sure why we're patrolling here. Probably trying to bring something up. Yeah, some more greatsword guys. So yeah, kind of gone more for numbers. I mean, not a lot of numbers. Really would have liked to have more than this. I just have, what, 1, 2, just 4 of them. So yes, a lot of them don't even have the boots of strength, you know, which helps, but yeah, it's, you know, 31 magic damage is, I think, still going to be enough, especially if they get hit with our strength buffs. So yeah, would like to have more of these guys. Do have a few warrior chiefs back here, but oh yeah, so we have a few more swords being made. So yeah, my timing on this is kind of poor, but I don't have a ton of mages. I am starting to get a few more now, and yeah, now we have a lab here, so that's really good, so we can start to recruit yeah, these Jade Sorceresses, which have this useful crosspath. That, yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason that we've been fighting this war, and like finally, yeah, about to get some payoff for it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But anyway, yeah. So I definitely could have timed like my item construction better, and like now these are in a lab, and you can only get items out of labs, right? This army's not on a lab. And so now I gotta kind of wait for like these warrior chiefs probably, you know, to pick up their swords and join, and so that's why I'm just like patrolling so that I'm not doing like nothing. But yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. But yeah, we split these undead off at least to recapture this. Abyssia is just sort of hanging out here. So yeah, that's not fantastic. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, all of our forces are down here, so assuming we can deal with the monolith, which that's a pretty big assumption, but yeah, assuming we can, then, you know, maybe we'll just have to move on and let them know that, yes, we really do want this province, especially too because it has this site, which is pretty nice, you know, like Fire 3, that's good. We don't really have that natively. We do have Fire 2, we can boost our guys, so, you know, it's not critical, but it's definitely nice. And it also a lot of fire gems per turn. So yeah, and that, you know, some extra gold and then some extra fire gems. It's a nice province. We definitely want this province back. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see where that goes. Yeah, and then I guess what are we doing research wise? Okay, going for alteration 5. So we got 4 for the bugs. You know, I mean a few other things, but bugs mostly. And then we're going right on to 5, and that, you know, Mother Oak is something we can kind of sometimes sort of cast, but obviously it's already in the game, so yeah, you can overcast and like kind of steal it, but realistically, you know, with our level of strength, that's probably not something we want to bother with trying. But yeah, it also gives us Wooden Warriors, which is really the main thing that we want. And it just gives natural protection 10 and a decent area of effect. Not massive, but, you know, something. And natural protection stacks decently well with, like, just regular armor. And, like, our Warrior Maidens, they don't have any natural protection by default. So, yeah, so that's just a really good buff for them. It'll bring their protection up a lot. Especially when combined with Legions of Steel. So yeah, that's going to be a really nice upgrade for us. Yeah, research is like still really low, like lower than it was before even. And yeah, again, that's just sort of the disadvantage of committing like all these mages, right? Like this is a massive commitment here. You know, you can see like you know, some of the other battles. So like when Baratos committed, you know, they probably committed maybe like half this amount of mages. Maybe not. They had quite a few. You know, it's kind of a back and forth. You know, the more mages you commit, the less research you're doing, which is, you know, low research has kind of been a theme here for me in this playthrough. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, like, you know, you can see like creating all those bugs and the air elementals and etc. I mean, it really helped us win the battle here, you know, which was critical. So yeah, I think probably worth it. But yeah, you know, it's always, you don't want to overkill in Dominions, and maybe this is overkill, but yeah, and then of course we have to wait, and we really should have just waited here, because then they could be researching instead of just hanging out here while waiting for these guys to collect their swords and join us. Although their movement might be fast enough, we might be able to drop onto them. No. Yeah, so it's too far away. That's too bad. So yeah, so they'll have to like move here and then move here. So yeah, this is a bit of a misplay, definitely, just having this army here. But yeah, and then things are still relatively quiet. We've definitely lost some scouts, so like yeah, we don't know as much about what's happening out here anymore. We can see like Agartha's here, but yeah, we don't really know what's going on. And then we just lost another scout here. I think we've probably been recruiting fewer scouts recently, so we haven't really been having any replacements for the ones that we've been losing. Yeah, some people scout a lot, some people don't scout much. I definitely prefer to try to scout more. So yeah, I think it's really important. So yeah, it's unfortunate that, you know, we're kind of still somewhat lacking vision. We probably have some scouts that are a little too far afield. Like, it kind of doesn't really matter what's going on. I think I'm trying to figure out if Mavernia is like fighting somebody on his other borders, right? So I have like, you know, kind of a scout up here to see, you know, a scout over here. So I'm really trying to figure out like what he's doing, where he's going. So yeah, but you know, something like this scout probably, you know, you get to see that assault, which is always really nice. I do think that like anytime you find a siege, that's a good place to hang out, so you can kind of see people's armies in action, see what you're going to be up against. So that's not terrible, but I don't really need to know too much about what these guys are doing yet. Probably the scout could be better used closer to home. So yeah. But yeah, anyway, kind of a slow turn, waiting for these guys with their greatswords to get up. Yeah, turn 33.